value both.
What if I was to tell you that a game of peekaboo could change the world? Sounds impossible, right? Well, I'm here today to prove it's not. Hi, I'm Molly, and I'm Simon, and this is my little friend Ari. Say hi, Ari. Hi. Oh, and this is my neighbour, Amajot. He has to take Ari away now to get ready for our experiment. But don't worry, they'll be back. My talk today is about some powerful things you grown-ups can do that shape us as children and the adults we become. How do I know? Because my parents and people around me did them, early and often. I know not all kids are as lucky. Some of my friends, some kids at my school, and many around the world. And I would really like to help change that. Thanks to scientists, we now know just how important the first 5 years are for our health and development, especially our brains. Ari started learning long before he was even born, from inside his mummy's tummy. When Ari was born, he was tiny, and he cried all the time. He was always hungry, and he pooped a lot. Now he laughs and giggles and makes funny noises. But those are just the changes we hear and see. There's way more going on inside. So, let's talk more about our brains. The blue bag is the rough size and weight of a healthy baby's brain at birth. The red one is a baby's brain after the first year. It almost doubles in volume. And by my age, it's almost 90% the volume of an adult brain. Our brains develop faster in our early years than at any other time in our lives. It can create up to 1 million neural connections every second. But we need your help. Our healthy development depends on these top 5 things. 1, connecting. 2, talking. 3, playing. 4, a healthy home. 5, community. All of this helps our brains and us reach our full potential. So what's something you can do that can really make a difference? Scientists call it serve and return. That's just a grown-up way of saying connect, talk, and play with us. And here's the copycat games build imagination and empathy. Naming games build vocabulary and attention.
Daddy. Ari. Daddy.
And games like peekaboo, yep, peekaboo, actually build memory and trust. Each time you talk to us, play with us, make us laugh, it not only builds and strengthens our relationships and mental health, it actually teaches us some of the most important life skills. From making friends, to taking a test, to getting a job, to one day maybe even starting a family of our own. Interactions early and often matter. Take it from me, the 7-year-old up here, talking about brain science. Okay, now, let's see what happens next. Take away. So now he's trying to get his dad's attention again. He's reaching out like, that was fun, why have you stopped? I know it's important for you to fight sometimes, but kids are hardwired to seek out meaningful connections. Not receiving them causes confusion and stress. Okay, Amajot, please re-engage.
That's it. Okay.
Now, what if a whole childhood was like that last 30 seconds? How hard it would be for a child to feel calm, to feel safe, to learn to trust anyone, and the lifelong impact that would have. That makes me feel sad. Ari only reacted the way he did and recovered so quickly because the connection between him and his dad is usually so strong. The positive relationships with the grown-ups in our lives gives kids the confidence we need to try new things, to explore, and be a kid. So please try and remember the most special period for our development is the first 5 years, starting from inside Mummy's tummy. What's something really impactful
You
you
plug
can
it
do?
in. Just unplug the one that's plugged
And
in there.
return. And when? Early and often. Please give it up for Amajot and Ari. Every moment together is an opportunity to connect, talk, and play. Imagine the difference we could make if everyone everywhere did this. To us, to children, it's so much more than just a game. It's our future. Thank you. See? Peekaboo really can change the world.
Okay.
First, ain't going to lot of people's rooms.
All right. So Thrive by 5. I was trying to find stuff for like groups you can do with little kids. So this is one of them. We got Bianca, Tiona, Andrew. Planting seeds, practicing mindfulness with children. So it actually even came with a CD that I'm burning right now on my other computer. Do you guys buy CDs anymore? So they're like a thing of the past. I'm like, how do I play it? Like I tried this computer, nope. I tried that computer, nope. The Dell, that doesn't even have a CD drive, right?
So
So-
they got a CD drive?
I have a computer with a CD drive.
That's crazy.
And I'm burning it
That's
right
crazy.
now to MP3 file. So I don't know if you guys even saw that.
I seen what a CD player is.
Oh, really?
With the TV in the inside.
Okay.
Yeah, that was last thing I seen with a CD player.
So
Or
it had
like a musical CD, like
a DVD too.
yeah.
So they don't even have DVDs anymore. That's why I see them on all
You can
the.
buy them, but
I know, but nobody does.
yeah, like nobody have a DVD player anymore. Unless you put it on your game, like a
I know.
PlayStation or something.
Okay. So, they give you the lyrics. So anyway, this is stuff to do with kids, practicing mindfulness with kids. I guess I should show it so they can see it. Chapter 1, how mindfulness can help. Chapter 2 is practicing with children. 3 is cultivating your own mindfulness, mindful breathing, and listening to the bell. I got the bell. So if you guys ever do meditation, what's it called? Insight Timer. That's it. Insight Timer. I was showing this on Friday with. There it is. So they always use that in Buddhist meditation for a mindfulness bell.
Yeah, this is really
And then you can set the background to whatever you want. So like the rain or something that would be There's other bells that people use.
I don't know. Last time I listened to rain, like I closed my eyes for 10 minutes and I'm just listening to it, like I'm zoned out.
Did it work?
I don't know, cause like I could picture myself standing in the middle of the street, like by myself. It's pitch black dark, just in the rain with lights on. Like I don't know what's going on.
So it wasn't a
Nothing's
great
around me.
feeling. You're
Yeah,
saying.
it wasn't nothing around me, and then like it was a weird experience.
Yeah.
It never happened before.
So almost like a memory stored way back into the.
Yeah, but it never happened like that though.
Huh. Where was this? Where were you when you
I
listened?
was in my room.
And like it was rain to fall asleep or something, or you just start playing.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I was just playing like rainstorms.
Did you drink or smoke anything before that experience? Okay, it's okay if you did. I'm just curious. Like,
I was about to say, no, I wasn't. You know, I smoked.
was it mushrooms or like? Okay, so it was like a stored memory of some sort of. That's a weird noise.
I don't know. Somebody told me like it's more of a fear.
Yeah, I know. I'm wondering, like, did you wish you were like packed and loaded, where you could be like, or
No.
did you want protection? Or did you like want to find a friend that could back you up? Did you want a warm house or a car? Because rain can be dangerous if it's cold out.
No, it was
You
more
could
so.
die.
Yeah, it was more so like I'm scared of
You come into practice too?
Mine is all over the place. Personally, like I said, to figure out what my class is.
Okay, all right.
it's like my biggest fear is like losing somebody I love type shit.
Right, yeah.
Like I always I got this abandonment issue, so I don't really trust a lot of people.
Right, okay. Did you get to see any person, like we got the free counseling across the street? Have you gotten to see anybody?
Yeah, I tried to talk about the hunting them, but like all they did was pass me around for real.
They're
Like, it's
busy, okay.
yeah, it's like everybody want to hear my story.
So maybe an even like more in-depth counselor that, do you have insurance?
Not that I know of. I think I do, but not that I know of.
Because if you could also sign up for, did you find your class? Like you could also sign up for Medicare and Medicaid. You're at the age where you can just apply and get free insurance and see clients on Grow Therapy or one of those online ones.
Yeah.
If you wanted to.
No,
So-
mostly I definitely think I need therapy. A lot of people feel like I need therapy because I wasn't normal.
And was that in the past semester or two?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like last semester.
Okay.
I haven't did it ever since because it's like if I don't want to.
You don't want to listen to rain again.
No, it's I don't want to see that again. Like,
Right. Yeah. You're like,
yeah, I'm just in the middle of the street, pitch black dark, with just lights. Like I'm just standing there. I'm not
was
doing
it
nothing.
cold or like
I don't know.
a summer rain? Summer rain can be okay, but it's
Yeah,
still
it's no
dangerous.
snow outside or nothing,
Yeah, I know.
but it's just.
But that rain a week ago was bad.
Man, you should see what it did. Like on the way to Beaver Creek, it's floods. Like
Yeah.
real life. Like I'm looking like, dude, like these were rivers. These are like little tiny ponds and lakes. Like
Time to build an ark.
No, for real.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. So if you did go online, actually, I have one here. Let's see if they let me click on. Now that I've signed up to be an online counselor, I do the private practice, but I also have. Gosh, I have to find the email from one of them because.
I'm pretty sure I could talk to you about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, and that's what Nikita and I do say. Like, that's the one rare thing is that we are trained, licensed professionals. We certainly try to do our best. Oh, I'm not on the right computer stuff. That's why. There it is. So I just signed up to work for these guys also, and they're through what's called Grow Therapy. My private practice gives me 60% and she takes home 40%. These people give us 85% for each client we have. And they only take home 15%. And it's probably because it is online. So there you go. I'm in Ohio. And then, oh wow. So they have a therapist onboarding office. They're probably trying to get people clients.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is, I don't know if we have a dashboard somewhere. So she was saying like I need to go into my dashboard and then say like accepting new clients. That's kind of weird. Onboarding office, outreach. You believe how big therapy has gotten though, that like it's all over the place like this? Maybe that's it. I click on myself. And then she was saying, go and click on yourself and say that you are like accepting clients. No idea where she said to do that though. So it's okay, I guess. So that's kind of how you like sign up when you get your license. These would want you to have an independent license, so that is actually a master's degree. I wonder if it's because I don't have like password stuff. So you could go to one of these folks and try to see people also if you wanted to. And they can sometimes do what's called EMDR, which is like they move their finger back and forth and like you watch it and it gets into your brain. And you can remember stuff that you never knew before. So, of course, she showed me how to do it today, and I have no idea. Like, you would think one of them would say dashboard somewhere, but I don't even see where it says dashboard. It's almost like a Facebook thing, though. Isn't that weird? So that's kind of where I am. And you could go to one of these. You probably see lots of advertisements for BetterHelp. I think that's one that a lot of people see. There's also just different places that you can go in. But I feel actually very, very lost just looking at this. I'm like, and they all ask like social worker questions. They all ask, so I won't mess with it now. I thought it would be that much easier. Just go in, click, like, here I am. I can go into these, but I don't think it's maybe it's under something like dashboard or something. That's funny. Or if you just go into growtherapy.com. Isn't it weird though how they're creating like MySpace type of stuff for all of these things? Like all this is therapy stuff.
That's crazy.
And so it shows that like even after you get your license, after you get everything you need, you still will have things to learn, things to do, and how the heck to do it. So, and I was telling them I have no idea how to like even work these dashboard things. So anyway, there's also BetterHelp. So if you wanted to go somewhere, I don't know if they all do groups on these, but there's BetterHelp. They use the most advertising, I feel like. You see them a lot. And they probably have like a nice big advertisement. Oh yeah, they get right in. They jump right into the referral. Like, boom, what do you want? Myself. I probably ask like, do you have a, let's say you're a college student. Let's just do some random. You can do prefer not to say. What is your
straight?
Right. You consider yourself to be religious. Oh, interesting. I wonder if they could. And then,
Christian.
do you want to be matched with a therapist that provides that? Yes or no?
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. It's like, why not? You consider yourself to be spiritual. So, and that's how you would jump right in. I want to get to where they say, like how the payment has been. They'll probably try to do it with like some of these specialty stuff. And What if you click them all? I don't want homework though. Screw that, man. I guess good. Now they're going to do like a suicidal ideation type of stuff. Wow, they really do kind of dig in though. They're like, I'm not reading them right now. I'm just kind of rolling through them. Feeling tired, poor appetite, feeling bad about yourself. So this is the same way we get somebody into a group. You would be like, somewhat difficult. You got to have something. Are you employed? Let's just say no. Do you have problems or worries about intimacy? How often do you drink alcohol? What was the last time you thought about suicide? That's where they get the suicidal ideation. So are you, I'm sure if you clicked maybe, they'd go through a bunch. Any anxiety, any medication, chronic pain. Dang, they do like really, let's just say no money at all. Will you guys see me? Oh, they do have groups. Okay.
I was say like support groups.
Interesting. Dang, they really break it down. How long have you been in faith for? What is your prayer life? I didn't realize these guys were that spiritual, though. And then, okay, so you can do messaging. Interesting. So they would do like even texting. I wonder how this is funded. If there's like also, so you can even ask for the specific kind you would want, and then they want to know how the heck you heard about it. But let's just do a magazine. Sure. Well, which one? I don't know. The Alamo Bowl game. Which country are you in? United States. So I'm just curious how they do like the paid stuff. Wow. I don't know if it auto-fills, but let's see if it, okay, it'll give me, let's do my UC one. I don't know how well that one is, but let's use that password too. So there you go. And that's how you would like kind of get in to see if, well, I don't know if I have access to that email, but that's what it would look like. That's kind of how you go through the, what if I guessed it?
That'd be crazy.
I'd play the lottery. So, all right, fine. I'll do one that I actually get, but doesn't come on my phone. How about that? So yeah, like doing the referrals, and that's part of like building the group. Like, how do we advertise it? How do we get it out there? Now with like internet, you can do all kinds of stuff to get your noise out there. Like that you have a group, that you have a whatever it may be, and 3625. There you go. And they'll be like, hey, are you still wanting to see a counselor? I just want to see what the that's a good college student one. Stress and anxiety. Communication. Sure, we all need better communication. Maybe PTSD. Maybe. Hey, that's a good one too, actually. What if you just like give them nonsense? Is it? I just want to see what the payment is. You know what I mean? Like, what if? How much will it cost?
$65 per week.
Interesting.
4 weeks.
Okay, there you go. Bam! They pulled up my credit card. Oh, they do take an HSA card. So,
I wouldn't even afford that.
what's that? Right. So this is where I would go to, for example, where I work, 3C Counseling. We take Medicare and Medicaid, so you would get on. When you go to the doctor, what do you pull out for an insurance card? Nothing.
I used to pull out that.
Or do they make you pay? I thought as a student they made you have insurance somehow.
Yeah, insurance on campus.
So that's probably what you have.
Yeah.
Do they give you a card or anything?
No,
I want to ask Dr. Hunt that now. So like you could go here and basically we do see folks that have Medicare and Medicaid. So, and you would sign up. Or anyone around that chose Medicare and Medicaid. So I know they do have groups. I don't remember us having groups though. Interesting. It says register. And then they also have equine assisted therapy here, which is kind of cool. And she takes Medicaid for equine
what's
assisted.
that?
Basically learning how to work with a horse and learning like, you know, like if you're pissed off, you can't like punch the horse, it'll knock your ass over. Like they're 2,000 pounds. So just learning how to work with a horse, walk around, ride it around, and then talk about stuff while you're doing that. So it is interactive and real-time, engages participants mentally. It enhances development of empathy, trust, and respect for others, behavioral patterns, relational dynamics, can be addressed during therapy, and then actions speak louder than words. Courses give immediate, honest feedback, which is true. Like you can't like go off on them. You do have to be kind of calm around the horse too, which is interesting. So I didn't know the pictures rotated. So anyway, yeah, those are options. Or counselor that takes Medicaid. You could search that. Do you know? She's an RA. She has to know, right? Yeah. So then we'll ask the question there.
What's up?
Do you know how to use your insurance at the university?
How do you know what?
Like if you pay for the insurance at the university, and how if you don't show proof of insurance, they give you something and you pay for it. How do you use that? Is that what everybody
I think
says?
it's just like, I literally just think it's a,
Charge they throw at people.
because it's not like we have anything on campus. I don't know. From my experience.
How much is it? How much?
$815.
And do most people pay it, and you just
Like they put on
Your
your
stu-
account.
your student loan takes it out? But if you signed up for Medicare or Medicaid, it would be free.
And you just have to upload your insurance
Yeah.
information.
Yeah, that's a way to save $850 and get an $850 check. Because they send you a refund check, don't they?
And that's the thing. They used to, because I used to get that $815 back because it would be on my account. I was paying for it. But then, like, they just balance it out. They zero it out,
Oh, that's
which
so
is
messed up.
bullshit.
That
Yeah,
is so messed. So how many times did you get the 815 back?
probably like twice.
And now it zeroes out.
They're not trying to pay us no money. They don't want to have no money.
Okay.
But
I was looking for groups you could lead with the kids. This is one that I had found. And it's planting seeds, practicing mindfulness with children. I think you had mentioned doing something like that.
okay,
With your, and you'll do it this summer too?
most likely, yeah.
Hey, so there's the book I was kind of going over. This is the Grok game. I wanted to wait, although we're only halfway through. Look at that. See? I'm trying to remember. There's one game on here that we played that was, we could play the anger game. Player thinks of a specific situation when she felt angry, or still does. Player says, when I feel angry, I'm telling myself that you or someone else should or shouldn't blank. This could be anything like, shouldn't yell at me, shouldn't have voted for the other candidate. They always bring politics into it. Needs cards are divided among the group. Group members in turn guesses, are you feeling angry? Or substitute hurt, scared, disappointed, sad, frustrated, annoyed. And are you needing, wanting, blank? Place their needs card in front of the player. When you have gone around 2 to 3 times, the player tells the group which needs represent his situation. There was another one that was like the bomb. One that was kind of simple. Blame game. So I'll try to pass this around so you guys can actually see them now too. So this is one that's like an interactive game. These are the feelings cards. And a lot of times you like draw them out. You can see how many lists of feelings there are. These are your unmet needs cards. So a lot of times your feelings come from an unmet need. Here's all your needs. And then
A question.
yeah.
I was thinking about this earlier. So
Uh-huh.
do you give out extra credit?
I usually just try to get you guys to do all of your assignments. and
No,
then-
I'm just saying because I feel like keys to get extra credit because like I'm gonna need your help with my group assignment.
You're
So
going
that's
to-
why I'm asking. Like not for me extra credit. Like she get extra credit for helping me like with my group thing.
Oh, she's helping you out doing it.
I'm asking you, like
Yeah.
The creative group, right? I mean, it absolutely, and it will probably go a long way. Just the fact that have you ever heard this before? When you learn something, you get like 50% of it when you hear, and like 80% when you see it. Now, when you teach the lesson, you learn and recover 90% of what you're teaching to somebody else. I know that's not like the answer that you're looking for, but like you're going to recover this and be ready to practice in the group setting. And then when you teach it to somebody else, like to help somebody out. And yeah, you're right. It is helpful that you have people that are willing to help you. As you're like, how do I do this? What do I do? What is the so I know it's not like the exact answer, but unmet needs in NVC. Because you're trying to do yours before spring break?
before spring break, no.
Okay.
I had to think about like spring break next week.
I know it is.
No, I'm definitely doing it like probably like the first day we get back though.
Right.
Most definitely, I'm doing it that week though for sure. 'Cause I
Just
know
to
for
be
it, like,
done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you have probably the needs card. So the only
We be
reason.
working on that. What's called it too on that paper.
Yeah.
Great. It's only right, bro. Your birthday. My birthday on a Monday,
In March.
April 17th.
Okay. When's yours?
October 3rd,
Mm,
homecoming
Yeah,
week
yeah,
every
wait.
year.
that's hilarious.
That's
the
wild.
first week.
That's foul.
Every
That is so
year.
foul. Cause you're our age, so she don't do it.
That is full fall all the
Dude.
time. Okay. You guys already know of this, right? Have you ever heard of this one? Nikita's class.
Psych.
Right.
College and high school.
So a lot of the clients we'll work with, believe it or not, a lot of times they're working on this. They're working on basic physical needs: food, water, shelter, clothing. And until you meet those needs for the clients, they will not be able to hear you as a counselor. You won't do good as an effective group leader. So you got food, water, shelter, clothing. That's why we have case managers usually before you get to a counselor. So you cover their physical needs. Safety is also very important. When you have a trauma, and we talk about traumas all the time, until you feel safe, you're not going to talk about shit, period. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't talking about nothing. Like, if I got a kid on Monday night and he probably thinks I talk to his mom about every single thing that he's talking about, he's not going to talk. You know what I mean? But if he can build some confidentiality, if he's not a harm to self or harm to others, he can talk about some real deal and trust that I'm not going to pass it on to his mom. Like he's doing this. But a lot of times, yeah, until somebody feels safe, they're not going to talk. That security need. They'll maybe get deeper into talking about their unmet needs when they have love and connection. So like belonging, appreciation, friends, friendship. It says friends and then hip.
I was about to say
Yeah,
like,
I don't know
bro,
why
I was
the
just looking at
SNA
that.
is so far.
Then as you move on up the scale. You go up to esteem needs, so self-respect from others, then you find purpose and meaning in life. Sometimes people find that in religion and spirituality, meaning and realized potential, sometimes yoga, and then this is like the top of it. So if you can get up there, ideally as a counselor and a social worker, we work through all of those. We are paid enough that we don't have to worry about this crap as much, like that's the idea, that we do also have some security and love and connection and even some self-esteem, and then finding purpose and meaning in life, trying to serve others. So what's crazy is how many unmet needs they list, but then when you break them down, they only fall under 7 columns. So one being connection, another being physical well-being, another is play, peace, autonomy, honesty, and meaning. So those are like all the things that you could have an unmet need that like you are angry or sad about. Like think of every situation you have in your life, and these are all the things that your unmet need comes from, and then from that unmet need, the feeling. So that's your stack of feelings. Like I feel sad, my roommate stole my shit and ate it all, didn't replace my food. Like that's a basic example. Like when I lived with dudes in grad school, and then I got a roommate who would try to be cool about it. He's like, I opened up the butter. I was about to make like grilled cheese, and the butter was all gone, but there was like $2 bills in there to buy new butter. I'm like, motherfucker, I don't have time to buy butter. That was a nice thought, but now I have to go to the store, buy the butter.
I would've
and replace
laughed.
the butter. Yes.
I would have laughed.
It was kind of cool, but it's like, no, the butter needs to be back in there, or we.
I don't think I would have been upset about that.
I think I did laugh. I
I
did,
think
but
I
the
would have
more,
laughed, bro. I think I would have been like, I would have been like, damn, bro, like why you had to? But at
the
same
more I
time,
thought about
would've
But
it,
been
then
like,
why leave it in there?
hey, it's a
I
thought
would
that
like left
counts.
$2 in the counter, like, sorry, man, I ate all the butter.
right?
Yeah,
Like,
It was funny. That sticks out in my head very well. That was literally like 23 years ago.
yeah.
He was a good dude, and he had very good mean with it. And then I'm like, but
But
wait
you
a
know,
minute,
my food it ain't yours. No.
I got to go to the store. And then I lived in communities where we did kind of share food, but that's hard to do too. Is you want to fight over food usually. Like there's the last piece of chocolate right here. I'm like, give me that chocolate.
It's human nature.
It is.
Hey,
So again, it comes back to these right here, this physical security, and some of those are connected at times too. Like they're the same.
it's got me thinking what you said is human nature. So do you feel like all males, like animals and humans, do you think like they all try to dominate, like try to show dominance like over their territory type thing?
I think it
You know how like
depends.
male hamsters or like male lions or something like that?
Sometimes, and now we have like the brain and reasoning to be able to work beyond that. But like, yeah, like when we were cavemen, like you bonk somebody on the head and try to spread your seed.
Yeah.
Like, sure, we do have reasoning now and like thoughts and empathy and connection. So we are a little above the animals, but I hear what you're saying. Yes,
I think
like
it
it's
depends. I think it depends on the environment because some animal species they share gender roles or gender roles are flipped, like shrimp, jellyfish.
oh really? That's kind of cool actually.
That is crazy.
But yes, it is definitely.
Seahorses. I think male seahorses get
okay.
pregnant.
They do.
Yeah, so these are, and relationship counseling is not easy. I almost consider that group counseling because you've got, and usually they're against each other. That's why they're here in the first place. Like they're fighting about something, but they're like, all right, what is your unmet need? Why did you get married in the first place? Like, what did you think you would get out of marriage? What is the, all of the above, like the whole round of questions.
Okay, how do you feel about, this is like a topic that's been going around like on Twitter and stuff,
Uh-huh.
like premarital counseling.
People do it all the time.
I'm about to say,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think
You
that's
have
a
to
great
now.
I'm
idea.
down for that for sure.
So like the church I'm from is the Catholic Church. They
Yeah.
make you do pre-Cana is what they call it. Because like in the Bible, the wedding at Cana is where Jesus' first miracle was. And like so you do pre-Cana and you ask 107 questions to each other. And it's like,
Yeah, don't they do tests and stuff?
You have
Uh-huh.
170 questions you can ask your wife.
I'll show you. Watch this. Now they have a book about it.
Okay. Before we start,
Yep.
Okay, so like back to the counseling thing. So what I told you earlier, how would you go about that? Like how would you how would
Address the trauma. I feel like I already started doing that. I was like, so where were you? Are you okay sharing it with her too?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, where did it come up? Why did you turn on the rain in the first place? Were you trying to relax and go to sleep?
Yeah.
How did the vision come about? Was it an experience you had before?
I don't remember.
Have you told her about it yet?
No, I never told nobody about that. He was the first person I ever told about that.
Do you want to share it with her?
Yeah,
Or
so
what?
one day I'm chilling. I'm in the room. This last semester. This is the last time I listened to Rain. So like I this abandonment issue. Like it really gets me when I lose people that I love. Like I'm not scared of nothing but losing people that I love. So one day I just decided to listen to Rain. You know, like calm myself and stuff. But I picture myself like I was laying there 10 minutes with my eyes closed, and I can literally I started falling asleep, but I'm literally just standing in the middle of the street, pitch black dark, just with the street lights on. I'm by myself, not around nobody, and it's raining. I don't see nothing. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just standing there, just looking around. I woke up after that, and I haven't listened to Rain ever since. Like ever since.
And what triggered it is because I did open this for you. Which one was it?
I'm about to say, yeah, when you get the Rain.
And it hits start and that. That's some people's meditation, but it brought back that exact memory for you. Where you like, that was 2 months ago or this month?
Yeah, 2 months ago. It was like in November. It was like right before Thanksgiving break.
Were you halfway into sleep or like in a trance about to go to sleep?
There's no like you just dozing off.
Mm-hmm.
Like we can be in class and put my head down, I just doze off.
Twilight sleep.
Yeah. So like you just daydreaming.
Yeah.
But you sleep.
Do you take melatonin or anything to sleep?
Like, yeah, I started taking it like right after that for real.
Oh, you did, because it was hard to sleep after that. So you wouldn't take anything else. You don't. I almost see like how far away are you from graduation? Did you say is it next year? Yeah. And then it's almost like you've got a path. The way I would interpret it, and you tell me how you interpret it, but like I see it right away as like the need for safety, because rain is very cleansing and beautiful, but it can be dangerous. Like if you're not covered and sheltered in the rain, you don't have a place to go to that's dry. If it's wintertime, you can freaking die. Like we had that rain in 39-degree weather a week and a half ago. It was freezing. It was like dangerous. In the summer, it's okay, but it still can be dangerous. Like you need a safe place to go to. And I see it as like all these choices that are right there in front of you. Like what's your next move? Like where are you going? Are you going to survive? You want to take care of yourself? You want to do what you need to do for survival and move on? Or that's kind of what comes to mind. I don't know why. How did you interpret it? What was it for you?
Like I said before, like somebody told me like it could just be your anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
It could just be like showing you like your biggest fear of being alone.
Yeah.
But, like I don't like being alone. Like being alone and feeling alone is two different things.
Do you believe in like a higher power, creator, spiritual power?
That's all.
Right. And some people say with that, you never are alone unless if you abandon yourself. I said that yesterday.
Yeah, that's understandable, but like that's why you pray.
Yes.
So, loneliness is
Yeah. Yep. So that is an interesting. It's just past, and it wasn't like after a crazy night out drinking or smoking or anything. It was just like going to bed.
I definitely got high after that for sure.
Right.
Got high
right
after.
Yeah.
So what about like real rain? Like when it's rained recently, like had that brought back anything or?
I sit by like I just be outside. Like it's been times I sit outside and just listen to rain, like no music, no nothing. But at the same time, it puts me back in that situation. I definitely think about it all the time. Like every time it rains, I think about being by myself.
Right.
Or maybe you have to have a happy moment in the rain to like not zero it out, but maybe so that you can have a different memory of the time. I know me when it rains, I think about like my dad's funeral. Like when my dad died, and his funeral was like 2005. I was about 3, and like they say like kids don't have memories until like
3.
3, and it was like everyone's like, well, they're not gonna remember the funeral. They shouldn't come. But like I vividly like remember it raining. I remember like the umbrellas at the cemetery and stuff. I vividly remember that.
Was it in Milwaukee?
I remember the smell of the rain. Like,
How did he pass away?
That's how it was.
How did he pass away?
He was murdered. Yeah, he was robbed.
I remember that. By my dad too. That's the craziest part. Like I was a young dude. Like
Yeah.
I was real young, and my mom she brought me to the bathroom. So like your dad died. I didn't know the nigga none of that. Like he never. I just see my birth certificate at the age of 21. So it was like last year
Really?
for the first time. But like I found it out. Found the ain't sign, and I was angry. But at the same time, it's like, hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember that too though. Like, I remember a lot of things from my childhood that I wasn't supposed to remember.
And a lot of people say like kids don't understand, but I understood. I
Right.
definitely understood.
You knew at that moment.
Facts.
Even
What-
like afterwards, like I would tell people, yeah, I want to be a firefighter so I can take the ladder, go to heaven, get my daddy. Like
Oh.
I understood that
That's
shit.
crazy.
Like I understood what's going on.
Did you hear him talking about it too? Like you would hear your mom talking about the whole situation, or
I
they
don't,
tried?
honestly, my mom was young, so like she was 22. My dad was 22,
Dang.
and like she didn't really talk much about it. Like my mom, she had to stay strong for me and my little sister. My sister was 2, so
So you were 3 and she was 2,
or she was about to turn 2 because it happened in January.
like a year and a half apart.
Yeah,
And-
15 months.
Were they living together at the time? Like,
They weren't together,
okay.
but like my dad was like my mom's first everything.
But I was saying, do you remember him? That's what I'm trying to think. Like, you remember the funeral
I remember
clearly.
the funeral.
Do you remember
clearly.
the casket or open or closed? Or okay, it was more of the sensation.
Yeah, it just I think the cemetery really like that's where I remember the most. Like them lowering the caskets and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't really remember the funeral.
Yeah.
I do. I remember seeing my father in the casket at a young age.
And you were like 5,
Yeah, I was like 4 or 5. Like
Wow.
right after I was out of foster care.
and it was a similar situation. You said like
He got shot and a bullet pierced his vein, and he couldn't stop bleeding. He told him like, don't let him come out leg off, let him come leg off. He said, Auntie was like, do whatever y'all gotta do to save him. He cut his leg off.
what city was that in?
It was in Cleveland.
And you remember some of that, or she told you the story?
I remember the story. Like she told me the story, but I remember seeing him in the cab. Like one day we was talking and he told me like, what you want for your birthday? And I told him like I want some money and I want some shoes. Like a month later, my mom told me like your father did, like your dad did. I'm like, bro, like I didn't know. Like I'm like, how? I'm asking like how? Like how did he die? How did he die? He was like, she got shot. Like I'm just like, dude, like
So that would have been 2001.
this would have been like 2005.
Okay.
I didn't even know like what happened. My mom really like never talked about it. But I had to like look up the court case. And yeah, my dad and it's like there's this IHOP. It's not by my house, but it was like I have by like somewhere we used to live. I don't live over there no more, but it was like I like breakfast food, so I'm like, I always want to go to IHOP. Always want to go to IHOP. Mom would never take me to IHOP, and like, come to find out, I'm reading like the court case, like the IHOP I've been like begging to go to is the IHOP like my dad was found like behind in a snowbank, like he sat there the whole night. I read the court case. Last time I read the court case, I was probably like 16, 17. I'm just like, shit, like I get it, they shot him like one time. They emptied the whole clip. Like, and for what? And it was like kids.
like
kids
6.
18, 17.
Okay.
Like, They had their whole life ahead of them.
And they were tried. Did they get
Yeah.
found? The kids were only 16, and then your dad was 22.
Yeah.
Was that how old was your dad when you remember?
My dad was about 27, 28.
And it's like hard for me because like I'm thinking like I'm 21.
Yeah, I know.
And
Right.
I
That's
turned
the
22 this year.
right.
So it's like it'd be hard trying to like once I turn 20, it's just like I don't like my birthday no more. But like I was talking to my little sister about it and she was like, you shouldn't feel guilty about it. And like my sister, she's 19, she's about to turn 20
Right.
at the end of March. It's like I'm like, why am I getting advice from my little sister? But she was talking like some real shit. Like
Uh-huh.
it was real nice talking to her about it. Because I did feel guilty. I felt guilty for a long time.
Because like we still have our whole life ahead of us. You
Yeah.
know, it's like
And his was taken from him. He didn't get the chance. Somebody else decided to take his life into their own hands. So
is your sister in school now?
yeah, she's in school to be a nurse.
Okay. Here though, we don't have nursing. Okay. I was going to say we don't.
We do have a nursing program.
I'm about to say it
We're
was
supposed to.
Yeah.
Where is it?
2018.
I don't know. I think a lot
Oh, we
of
did
them,
2018.
We're
A lot-
supposed to. I don't think.
because somebody, Mr. Budamina, his niece is in the nursing program here. I don't think it's a nursing program, but I think it's like a startup program.
That's
Like,
probably
if they
like-
want
I'm about to say
med
definitely a
school.
startup.
Like an associate's, and then
Yeah.
you go on and finish. Well, my sister did a bachelor's, and then you can do a 1 year somewhere. University of Cincinnati has it, and you do all the nursing in that 1 year after you graduate. And it's called.
My sister, she just got her CNA license.
Okay. Do you have siblings too? How many?
I got an older sister, she passed. On my mom's side, I got 2 sisters and 2 brothers. Well, two sisters, 2 brothers. My little brother in jail, and I got a baby brother. But on my dad's side, I got an older brother. He passed. He drowned.
In Cleveland?
It was in Ohio though.
Like a lake or something?
It was at the beach. They,
Oh.
my dad told him don't get in the water because you're gonna go through something. Don't get in the water. His friend, one of my brother's friends, jumped in the water anyways, and a wave took him under. But he jumped in to save his friend. He saved a friend, but he got took under.
And how old was he? When?
My brother was like 14 when he got, not even.
Gosh.
He saved his friend, but he died.
So then your dad had that witness event and trauma too. Then, gosh, that's yeah. Ugh. That's why yes, the traumas that we bring to the table are sometimes stored so far back we can't get them out until we got like. That's why they have 10-week trauma groups to like go over the stuff and like moving forward and what do we do. Future planning is like a big thing for trauma because a lot of times we do feel guilty, just like what you said. We don't want to move forward. We don't have future plans. We're just like, I want to do nothing with my life.
We just don't know how. Like, me, perspective, I want to move on. I don't know how.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how to, like, not say forget, but I don't know how to just push it to the side. Everybody, you gotta grow.
Yeah.
I know how to grow, but at the end of the day, like, this is still on my mind, bro. Like, my family don't like me.
Really.
Like, my family, they feel like I'm better than it. You think you're better than everybody because you chose to go to college, and no, but I chose to be different. That's the thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like, and another thing, like my mom's, like, I don't fuck with my mom, none of that shit, like, at all. I don't talk to my mom. And, like, everybody thinks because I was the most similar to my father, like, out of all my dad's kids, I look the most like him.
Yeah.
Like, smile, all that, just like me.
Yeah.
So,
And
my
that
family really don't jig with that.
and that is hard as family. There is jealousies. There is resentments. There is old pains. And like trying to work through some of those. You got a whole family therapy sessions. I know you asked, so that's why I pulled up. I know we're overtime, but these are some of the ones they do. 100 questions before you say I do. Hard questions and 101 before you get engaged. Damn, they're going even before marriage. Now they're Now they're jumping to, like just relationships in general. So, um, yeah, just to match up. And it's not easy, and not to mention we bring our own trauma and loss to the table, and like how we want to deal with when we tell our significant others the stories of pain and suffering and trauma, and what if they don't respond the right way that we
And
want them
see,
to, you know?
That's how like I'm struggling with that right now in my relationship because like me and my boyfriend have been friends for 3 years,
Uh-huh.
and it's like with him it was just always like, we just always have fun, and like now that we're in a relationship,
We're
like
talking about real stuff.
yeah, and it's like when I'm upset, like he can tell when I'm upset because like he knows me. But like he always said, like I feel like he's lying to me. I'm just like I just don't be wanting to bring up stuff because I don't want him to feel like he has to save me. So I know that that's how he gonna feel, but
Right.
I don't want him to feel like I'm lying to him. But I would say that like I'm keeping certain stuff from him, but I just feel like
Right.
I don't want nobody to feel like they gotta save me, you know?
Yeah. Like
I mean,
here's
we personally are. Whenever you ready.
Yeah, and see that's what he
That's
says.
how I look at it. Like,
Because
I
he
ain't gonna
asked
sit here.
me, a lot about my tattoo, and he knows what it means. But
Yeah.
it's like, and like he told me he was getting one for his sister. But it's like he just always say like, if you ever want to talk to me about it, you can talk to me about it.
Right.
I just never. I just changed the subject.
right. Yeah, it's hard to. I mean, because like you get like emotional and breaking down and all that. It's not an easy thing.
And it's hard to like, it's hard for you to accept like your partner saying you in like a water.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when you think about relationships, think about happy.
Right. Well, and that's why some people do often maybe even have multiple relationships or jump from one to the next. And you get to the happy stage, and at the end, you don't want to get into the real stuff. And maybe why they do get it. Actually, those are some of the questions in here. I know with pre-Cana, and that's the one I had to do in the Catholic Church, but pre-Cana had stuff about like even previous partners and previous losses and all the different. Yeah, there it is. They may have, a list of the questions that are so detailed that are, this is the one that I had to do, and I did it in 2012, and I did it in 2019. So they'll probably make me sign up for something again. That's why I get so many emails because we just signed up for something when we were. I gotta quit signing up for everything.
And my email is full. Like my Gmail is in rare capacity.
Right.
I'm like by the time I graduate and start my career, I'm probably gonna have to make it.
I'm gonna send it to my UC one again. Hey, see that one didn't. That one will be downloaded without having to. I used my. So, would you help me understand? Would you tell me more? Oh, wait, that is questions about to increase understand. Oh, okay, so that's just how to dialogue. Favorite childhood memory. So this starts digging into like all of that stuff because there's also a bad childhood memory. What is the toughest experience in your life? What is the thing you like best about being a parent? Interesting. So I guess that would be with people who already have kids. The thing you like least was your favorite memory of the two of us together before we were married. I mean, it starts, and sometimes there's a guy that doesn't want to talk, and you know what I mean? Just like, and you're like, so you do, you try to work with what you have to, let's see if I can print that too. I'll at least save it. I gave him my UC address, which I don't even think works anymore. And now I got a copy. So just different things that you can go through. If what things can you always count on me for? Try to name 5. What if they can't? So it really digs into the stuff. That's are you ever frightened about the future? And if so, what frightens you? And for a lot of people, it's our financial country situation. Like, how the hell am I going to pay for this? How the hell am I going to survive through this? Do I become a monk? Do I become a hermit? Do I go live like as a Buddhist monk far, far away? Do I move to Central America? So we can get more into this. That's why these short classes are hard, as I know we're over at this point. Did you guys have any? Oh, you do? Dang. We got to talk to Dr. Korea.
Class at 2 is crazy.
He made all of his classes Wednesday, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then he gets a 6-day weekend.
Yeah.
I'm
And see,
about to especially on Thursday.
I'm just kidding.
And I gotta meet with you about my.
To register.
Mhm.
Because you can read, so you have your check sheet
Yeah. So I.
and you know what you have to take. You just want to,
I don't want to. I be wanting to double check.
right? No, that's fine. That's totally fine. And then as long as you have every single one on that there, then I'll try to figure this out. Right before COVID is the only time we've actually played this game in a class of.
It's like I
4
keep reading instructions, but it's just not making sense to me. And that's why I'm probably thinking like maybe you need to.
You mean reading the group instructions you're saying?
Yeah. For that.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Right. Well, because there's like 6 different games you can
Yeah.
play with it. That's also why.
In different ways.
But ultimately, it's like you're going to go to counseling